All right, welcome everyone to Pinot's Palette. My name is Jason. So generally how things work here is that we paint and we drink. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the first thing out the way. I'm gonna go ahead and give you a quick toast, Doug. Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Wait!
All right, and I'm totally blank from here.
Then what else?
Ready?
Action. My name is Douglas. I have a miniature schnauzer and apparently he looks like me. That's what he wanted me to say.
Hello everyone, my name is Jason. Welcome to Pinot's Palette. Before we get started, I want to introduce to you my friend.
Hello guys, Douglas.
I'm going to assume you don't have too much experience in art.
I do not. I have experience in selfies.
In selfies?
Art, yes.
Hey, that's the new art style nowadays. The cool thing about art is that it will open up other avenues of creativity, and I noticed that Douglas actually opened up to me during the session.
So I didn't tell Jason this, but I actually do origami. It was something I got into when I was a child. He's gonna get a good one out of this. Now, what are we gonna be painting today?
Good question. We're gonna be painting one of my favorite pieces called
what is that?
Japanese Moon Garden. And I do notice that you are missing something.
And what is that?
An apron.
Oh, really?
Yes, sir. And I just happen to have one right here.
Awesome.
Magically appeared.
Perfect.
Very nice. Let's make sure we have our paints. Go ahead and take the little lid off the top. We can reveal those real quick. There we go. Awesome. Quick note of that, we need 3 brushes. Okay, we have our big brush, medium-sized brush, small brush, okay. All right, so we got our brushes. All right, are you ready to mix?
Yeah.
All right, this is the remix. Go ahead and grab your empty paper plate. All right, and I'm gonna go ahead and have you start off by grabbing 2 scoops of white paint, 2 scoops of the blue paint, 2 scoops of the black paint. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and stir that up. I'm gonna go ahead and start by painting my entire background. So first I want you to watch how I do this, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and use nice broad strokes, just like so. I typically like to start from the corner. You see if it's nice and glossy, that means you have applied the paint correctly. And I'm just gonna go ahead and paint the entire background that way. Do not be shy with the paint, Douglas, all right? I know how you like to be shy sometimes, but. And done.
Done. Perfect. What's next? Where are we going?
We're gonna go ahead and just kind of turn it to the side here like that. It's gonna be about
So
yay
I'm gonna
high.
go this way?
Yeah, it's about to be yay high. Just go ahead and make a little mark, boop, like that.
Okay.
All right, and then I'm gonna go ahead and connect to the other side, just like that. Nice slice across. There you go. Uh-oh, he's careful. He's good. All right, I see the confidence. Very nice. We're gonna go ahead and work on our mountains.
Okay.
Okay, so let's go ahead and stir that up. We're gonna get a blackish brown mixture. This is what we got going on here. Okay. So after that, go ahead and just place your big brush inside of your water cup. We don't need it anymore. We're gonna go ahead and grab the medium-sized brush. We're gonna go ahead and start by making our mountain range. It's gonna be just above your water area. We're gonna make a nice, very abnormal, bumpy, wavy. Adding these wavy, bumpy lines. I want them to be very, very random, not planned. So after that, just go ahead and complete a line underneath.
A straight line?
Yep.
Okay.
See, I'm just kind of going for it. There we go. All right, and just go ahead and fill it in with that same blackish brown paint mixture.
So from the line all the way up?
Correct.
Okay.
Fill in that whole entire mountain range. All right. So for this particular step, brush, water cup. We first have to let it dry. Drink.
Cheers.
We're taking a break. Douglas's mountains there, they need a little bit of work.
Jason called my mountains wavelengths, and what is he talking about?
I mentioned that they look a little more like a wavelength, which is fine. I mean, it's just.
He says they're too high. Ain't no mountain high enough.
But they were good. They were good. I won't say anything else. I'll leave the mountains alone for now. And we're back. We're gonna go ahead and get started on our moon. Are you ready, Douglas?
I'm ready.
All right. Let's go ahead and get our big brush ready. Go ahead and dab and swirl at the bottom of your cup and clean it off, of course. All right, so the mixture is going to be 3 scoops of white paint. And I'm gonna go ahead and just take a tiny glob of the mustard. And there we go, I got a nice off-white going on there. All right, we are missing one thing. Let's go ahead and grab some extra paper plates. You ready?
Right.
All right, so we're actually gonna be using these to trace around our moon.
Okay.
Okay, now we use the big brush to mix our paint. We're actually gonna use the smallest brush to trace around it. So you can go ahead and just kind of place that off. There we go. All right, and we're gonna use this to trace our moon, all right?
Like this?
Yes. All right, you wanna leave a little bit of room up top. You're just
How
gonna
much room?
trace. Just maybe about a finger. Let me see if I can measure about a finger. There we go.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go ahead and just trace around my moon, or sorry, my paper plate. All right. And now to reveal my circle. Voila.
Voila.
Okay. All right. I'm impressed. Let's go ahead and fill it in. All right. So go ahead and place that small brush back inside of your water cup.
Okay.
Big brush is ready. Nice broad strokes. Fill in the entire thing. All right. I want you to kind of check out my technique. If you get any hints of other color in there, that's totally fine. Nothing in nature is completely white. So I'm going to just press down firmly. Kind of just follow around the sides, just like so. And there it is. Party foul. Don't worry. I'll take a sip in your favor for that. We'll be right back.
You make me nervous. Can I wipe that off?
You go ahead and just dip it inside of your water cup. It doesn't matter if it's dirty or not.
Okay.
Yeah, more and more water. Más water. Más agua, as they say. Try not to spread it all around. Just kind of lift it up. There we go. Let me help you out. There we go. It was like it was never there.
Perfect. Okay.
Perfecto.
Thank you, sir.
No problem. See? Happy little mistakes. It happens, okay? Now this is a race. I'm gonna beat you to it. Go ahead and grab your big brush. We're not even gonna clean it off. We're gonna actually blend in, slightly blend in some texture using our brown paint. So just a little bit on the face of the brush. I'm just gonna kind of tap it on one side. You'll see that one side of my brush has a little bit of brown paint. And I like to get rid of some of it just so I don't over blend it, because that's the key, not to over blend. I like to start off in one area. Notice how I'm just making these quick dashes and I'm gradually working around it outward, and you'll see that I'm losing that brown paint. It's gonna naturally fade out further and further out. And this one's gonna kind of taper so I can get a nice impression of texture there. Okay.
Am I good?
Let me lean back. All right, you gotta lean back too. Take a look.
Okay.
All right, it's looking good. It's looking really good. Just have a dark spot here or there. Make sure it fades out. So we're gonna clean off our big brush. You know the deal. We're gonna go ahead and grab one big scoop of white paint, and then we're gonna go ahead and grab maybe about a half a scoop of the green paint. I'm gonna start maybe on one half of my moon there, just like so. Make sure it is close as possible. I'm going to go ahead and clean off my brush. We're just kind of using the water from our water cup. I don't want too much on there, so I just kind of tap it lightly. All right, here comes the moment of truth. I'm going to place my brush in between the sky and the paint. Here we go. It's going to go over that same area, and I'm just going to kind of make sure the edges get faded out. And I'm just going to gradually work my way to the left side here. So a little bit of water, and here we go. It's all about confidence. There we go. Touch mine up a little bit. There we go. Does it look like it's glowing? I'm going to ask you.
Yeah, it just looks like it has more green on one side than the other.
Good. It's a very
That's fine.
strong green glow.
Angle.
Exactly. Are you ready to go ahead and start on the water area once again?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. All right, so for the next step, we're gonna go ahead and start working on our water area once again. So I got a clean big brush. Let's go ahead and make a bluish green mixture. So just one scoop of green and one scoop of the blue. All right, now we're gonna go crazy on our water area, okay? And so I'm gonna swipe and stagger my water area just like that. Notice I'm using a feathery touch. I'm not pressing down too hard. Kind of swiping just like so. Let's go ahead and equip our medium-sized brush. Clean it off, dry it off. So I'm gonna go ahead and use that same moon glow color, that nice emerald teal color going on there. All right, and do not be afraid to go in between, even on top of some of the bluish green areas. Okay, this is gonna give it a lot of texture, a lot of character. There we go, try to keep them straight.
How's it looking?
It's looking good. Did you lean back, take a look?
I did.
All right, let's do it at the same time. 1, 2, 3. All right, good. Very nice.
Okay.
Good. All right, we're ready for our next color. My first impression of Douglas was a good one. He seemed ready, very confident,
Oh, this is good lighting.
and that instantly just kind of put a red flag in my brain. Like, that's pretty much art right there.
I'm acting, okay? I don't know.
Expressing, which is pretty much the biggest thing about art, and he was able to channel into that and express it on his painting. So we're gonna clean off our brush once again, dab and swirl to the bottom of the cup. All right, now for the mustard. There we go. I'm just gonna kind of pepper this around in different areas. It doesn't need to be as much as the light green, but or emerald green. All right, and there we have it. We have our raw sienna. Let's go ahead and clean off our small brush one more time. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab just plain white paint. All right, now what we're gonna do is, of course, start from the very top. I'm gonna give it quick strokes. I don't even care if there's wet paint underneath. I'm gonna swipe really, really quickly to get those nice streaks. I'm sure you already know. And I'm definitely leaning back for this one. This is gonna kind of give you a feel of your whole entire water area. So there's just a couple of things missing. I think we need some trees in there.
Okay.
More objects.
Okay.
So we're gonna go ahead and clean off our medium brush. Okay, we're gonna get that nice and ready.
Okay.
Nice little pile of paint.
Okay.
Now the big brush holds a lot of water, so I'm just gonna use that to water it down. Okay. Now you want it watered down enough to the point where it starts to run, so at like an ink-like consistency. So I'm gonna show that off. Maybe I'll let it drip on my plate. Drippy. Just make sure it starts off thick. It gradually gets thinner and thinner. I'm gonna have a light touch and make sure it reaches into the mountain. Okay, now we have 2 trees on each side, so I'm just gonna kind of play around with this one. And make sure they're very, very tall. All right, so quick heads up, you got the placement of your tree. Let's just go ahead and thicken them up real quick. You're gonna make sure they're maybe about a thumb, at least a thumb. Some of these will be maybe about a good 2 fingers. The ones on the outer edges are gonna be really, really thick, okay? And make sure they're tapering into the rest of your branches or part of your tree. Use that same thin down paint. You're gonna use a light touch to get these thinner branches. There's gonna be a lot of them because we need a place where the blossoms can actually be held. So I'm just gonna add a nice thin light touch, and I'm just kind of going for it, just like that. You got a light touch there, Douglas. You sure you haven't painted before?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we pretty much have thickened up our trees, looking good. And now that the halo is dry, just be sure to go over that. All right, there you go. It's gonna magically look like it's behind the mountains here.
Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead, place our brush inside of our water cup. We're gonna take another break. So the big brush helps you get a nice cluster of these blossoms, but if you wanna get more defined ones, no problem. Just go ahead and switch to the medium brush. Check this out. I can just kind of, once again, just stipple around, just like so. And they're gonna be almost like cloud shaped, okay? You don't want any puffs or anything like that. I've got some of my loose blossoms going on here. Check this out. I see you got really, really cluttered ones. Check it out. I'm gonna just kind of have some kind of peppered around different areas, just to kind of fill in that negative space or empty space in our tree area, just like that. Okay.
Okay.
Now the key for this is to make it look like they're kind of wrapping around the bottom of the tree. So kind of stip a little smiley face there, maybe one under here, and then I'll have it taper to the middle, just like that. So I kind of just fill that in.
Did they connect?
Not necessarily. There can be a nice space in between. Good question. It is really starting to come to life now. I love these blossoms. We are almost there. We're gonna start stippling in some orange in just a moment. Okay, and typically the orange paint will work and maybe just like a corner of the cluster of our blossoms. So right here, I'm just gonna go, whoop, there we go, just a little bit. Maybe over here. The moon is shining upon these blossoms, so there's got to have some sort of brightness to them. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and place my brush back inside of the water cup. I'm going to take another look at it, lean back, put my fist to my mouth like this, and go, "Mwah." We're done. Yeah.
Thank you.
There is one thing
And what is
missing.
that?
We need to hit it with our initials.
Oh, there you go.
All right, ownership.
Perfect.
Okay. So you want to go ahead and do that?
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and do something like that.
DL.
Perfect.
So what if I want to do this again?
Hey, be sure to come back to our mini studios nationwide. You'll have a fun instructor. Just bring your friends. We'll be ready for you.
Awesome. Thank you.
Good stuff. I will admit, Douglas did a great job. His painting looked good. Not better than mine, though. Mine was definitely the best.
Would I come back again? Absolutely. I would actually just bring a group of friends and just make it a fun thing.
I'm going to go ahead and give you a cheers. Great job, my man.
Thank you.
Thank you.